Good morning, lovelies. Happy Sunday. So yesterday we talked about information overload, and this is my baby doggy. Mwah, that's Blackberry. Yesterday we talked about information overload and how you don't need more information. You just need to execute, right? You just need to do the information. Any of it, just pick something. But how do we actually do that? How do we actually execute? Right? I know a lot of you have the best of intentions. Maybe you even have some goals written down somewhere, but how do we actually execute that stuff? Okay. So I think when it comes to execution, one of the biggest reasons that we fail with execution is a lack of intentionality. Intentionality. So what does that mean? It means that whatever it is that we are doing, we are purposeful about, right? So we are intentional in how we spend our time. We're intentional with the activities that we're doing. We're intentional with the thoughts that we're thinking. We're intentional with how we're moving our body. We're intentional with what we're eating. And intentional means we're paying attention to it, right? And it's very easy. And I think the reason that people lack a lot of intentionality is that we're moving so fast in our life that, 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe we're like, we have some resolve and we're thinking, here's how we're gonna have our day. Here's how I want to be. Here's how I want to feel. And then it all kind of goes to the wayside because we just get distracted by the pattern of speed in our life. So part of intentionality is slowing down long enough to figure out what it is that you are creating, right? And you have to write this stuff down. Like, who is it that you are intending to be? What is it that you are intending to feel? How is it that you are intending to live? What kinds of things do you desire? I don't mean material things. I mean, what is it that you want, right? And how are you intending to act in the way that will get you to the places that you want to be with how you feel and how your relationships are and how your body is, okay? So you need to stop and write down what your intentions are. And then, cool, we have them written down. Some of you I know are probably killing it, crushing it out there in life, kicking ass, taking names, and you probably already have some structure of intentionality, right? You already know some of what these goals are and what you want. But again, like I said, we get so caught up in the pace of our day that intentionality goes out the window. So how do we pay attention? Right? We know these things that we want, and then it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and you're eating M&Ms and you're like, oh, I totally forgot I wanted to eat right today. I mean, I know it happens, right? Like the intentionality of purpose when we're sitting in the morning, if you're doing that morning activity of finding intention and purpose, goes out the window by the end of the day because we're so damn busy, y'all. Right? And busy is stupid. Like, you just have to pay attention. Did you intend to pick up your phone, check one thing, and spend 40 minutes on Facebook scrolling mindlessly? No, of course not, right? So before you do anything and everything that you do, you have to think about, what is the result that I am trying to achieve from this? And is this something that is going to move me forward towards what I want? Is this intentional behavior? Or am I just distracting myself or, taking up time and living on cruise control? So I can't give you intentionality. I can tell you that you have to take time, not make time. You cannot make it. We all have 24 hours. You can't make 25. You have to take the time to slow the fuck down enough to write down what it is you are intending to create. And then you need to pay attention to that throughout your day. And maybe you need to have it in front of you in a lot of different places. I have things written down on my mirror. I have Post-it notes in my car. I have things on my screensaver on my phone. I have things written down on the walls at the gym. And that's not just because I like writing shit. It's because I need to constantly pay attention. And when I get off track and my mind starts wandering into stupid territory of scrolling the Facebook feed with no purpose behind it, I can reconnect with like, oh, my intention was to write copy for 1 hour today that is going to help people to move their minds forward and take care of their bodies, right? That is my intention in my business. And I'm wasting time right now not doing that. But I have to have that reminder too, right? So step one is to have enough awareness to stop what you're doing and write it all down. How do you intend to live, to feel, to act, to behave with others in your relationships? What is it that you want? Why is it that you're waking up in the morning? What is your intentional behavior to get those whys, right? And then put it in front of you everywhere. This is why people fail at their meal plans. This is why people fail to get to the gym. They intended to, and then they just let life spiral in the day, and they're like, oops, I forgot about that one, right? If you are intentional, you will make the right food choices. If you are intentional, you will figure out a way to move your body, right? Intentional behavior gives you real outcomes instead of, looking back at last week and going, what did I even do last week? I was just reacting to the circumstances around me, reacting to emails, reacting to other people's needs, right? Your behavior was just a reflection of all of the other shit going on around you. You can't move forward like that. Your behavior has to be a reflection of your intentions, right? Your intentions. And maybe that's 20 minutes, maybe that's 30, maybe that's 40, but you have to get on board and on track with that process, or losing weight will be fleeting at best, because you're not intentional in the behaviors that create lasting long-term weight changes, right? Like you lose weight and you stay there and you're a fit, happy, healthy human being because you're intentional in your actions to stay that way. It doesn't just happen, okay? So take some time this morning. It's early on a Sunday morning. Y'all are probably still just sitting around. Grab a journal. Figure out what it is that you are really wanting to feel, not to do, to feel, and what kind of intentional behaviors will get you there. And then write it down everywhere to remind you, right? Because we forget, because life is hectic and life will cram stuff in your 24 hours if you don't take control and pull back some of that and say, hey, this is my intention. This is what I'm focusing on. Fuck you, life. I'm doing this with my 24 hours, right? We all have that same 24. Okay, so I'm intentionally gonna go for a hike with my doggy this morning. Lots of love.